as tariffs are adding to inflation and the impact on prices has not yet been fully felt. As there's loose financial conditions and other factors mean the Fed should move cautiously on further cuts. Thus, I would support further cuts if more signs of labour market weakness emerged, provided that risks of persistent inflation and rising inflation expectations have not increased. So Fed's moves to them as well. As there's more cuts that are conditioned on the further job weakness.
More cuts are conditioned upon further jobs weakness, is what they're saying.
Confidence of -14.9, -14.9, tiered higher than forecast, -15.
Computer's being a little slow today. Slow price action. Kind of grinding up since the open. Not a ton of movement. You know, the 5-minute candles are, 15, 20 points. So we just turned green.
The Nasdaq hits an intraday record high, last up spot 1%.
Intraday record high.
I've posted our estimates around full speech on the brief for those interested.
Anybody long to this? Nice fish. Nice Bruce. Gold did have a nice Madonna there, didn't it? You see on the Delta, they're trying to keep this thing going up, but there's a lot of passive sellers here. And there's been, so it's not getting very far.
The Eurozone Consumer Confidence September flash reports on the feed for those interested.
Morning, Corey. How are you?
CNY has officials on TikTok deals saying hundreds of billions of dollars of economic activity over the next 5 years.
So far a grind. Delta's at high, but price is not. So that indicates absorption. That doesn't mean much up here because, you know, this is all-time highs. You're going to get a lot of sellers here and a lot of people buying, expecting higher. So it's not the most reliable signal up here. Just trying to be patient.
US official says that Trump will sign TikTok order later this week. This is White House officials breaking reporters on TikTok deals.
So S&P is about to go green.
US official says Trump will extend TikTok pause an additional 20 days.
NASDAQ's already gone red to green. I'm trading NQ. You can always see what I'm trading down here and what time frame I'm on. All right, guys, we're going to be patient, looking for a setup here. Probably going to be watching for the eventual return to value is my idea, but it might take a while. So, you know, it's just kind of grinding up so far.
Sale deal meets 2024 law requirements.
It's just kind of hanging out up here at all-time highs. Not my favorite place to get long. As we all know, the potential for a flushicito.
US official says the TikTok algorithm will be operated by a US entity. So a copy of algorithm will be brought to US Group. Yeah,
Delta is, you know, so everything so far has been a low volume pullback. So no real change in context here.
Senior White House official TikTok deal says we will allow Oracle to study algorithm.
Sellers stepping in here. Watching. more of a flush. They might be looking to flush. This level's key. So far, this low vol, this area has been holding.
US official adds that TikTok deal will be closing 120 days from signing.
Boom. All right, looking for the crack short. Beautiful. That's going to be profit target for me, guys. We're going to move over to my Apex account. I was waiting for that short.
Official has a TikTok consortium will be US and global investors.
Excuse me. Now, I want to get too greedy here. The 60 level is everything. I don't want to get too greedy here. Hey, Maurizio. I've taken a lot of trades so far, guys. I've taken a lot of trades. This is my P&L for today across 3 150K top one instant funded accounts. As you can see, my balance in each is just about $3,000 each. Another 6K to go, and I'll be taking out a 5-digit payout. There you go, Rory. Nice. Now, we already had the price discovery continuation pretty much at the same spot. I'm watching these price levels, right? The break of 60 was key, back down to point of control. So the best price discovery continuation we watched right on stream. I was waiting for the crack short. We didn't get it, so it made a better long. I was watching short, so I didn't take it, which is fine. I was just patient, waited for the sellers to step in, which we got. Could be a back test return to value, right? Now we're at the another short level here. Let me get my Apex account going because I'll take this one short. Would like to see the continuation short. It's gotta bounce off of here. So I just need to do $50, guys,
US official on
per day
says no details have been
in this Apex account to resubmit for.
It's Masala says he's open to further rate cuts. Now this is the Q&A section with Muslim. The official says there is no golden share.
I got it. Got my $50 for today in this account. It's so stupid. So what happened was I got a $2,000 payout I got to it. They denied my payout because I broke the 30% drawdown rule. So now I got to make $50 a day for like 5 days to re-request.
Just a heads up. I think that's fair.
Well, it's a return to value back test short is what the setup is. Now we do have a problem with it. We have this is a key level here at 58 that it's bouncing off of. But if we break that, we can easily go back down to 50.
Typical deal. So again,
So it's a return to value short
not
so far.
typical deal.
It might not be clean. This might be messy. We might not necessarily go up to these highs again, but we can probably clear out some shorts and then go lower. Get a decent rotation like this. No. I mean, I do trade pretty aggressively, so I've been known to hit a bunch of profit targets within like the first hour or two or so. And for anybody that doesn't want to sit in front of the computer all day, it's a great way of trading.
It's Musala says the Fed should trade carefully and with additional easing.
So far, this is a low volume, higher move, which I don't trust for higher, but we'll see. I could be wrong. No position personally. All right, Rory, you go enjoy that sunshine. Did you close it? HLXFX, or are you still in it?
You want to concentrate on the TikTok here, so we may need the US antitrust review. White House official on the China and TikTok deal says we may also need an export license.
Does it make a new all-time high? Or do we go lower? I was kind of thinking we do something like this. Like I said, it's not always clean. Now this level needs to hold. Okay. If we can break that 60, man, I'm telling you what, I think we'll go down to 830 at least. We might get the VWAP bounce. 860 is like the big level too. That's the high from here. And it's proven now as support. It's also a low volume node. You know, we don't have a lot of, all these low volume nodes are grouped together because we're at all-time highs. And it's grouping the entire, here's the composite here, which is pretty messy, to be honest.
The US official.
It's also a low volume pocket from Friday. right here, 850. So I'm going to close these top ones down, locking out 950 in two of them, 1200 in another. And my OCD hates that. My OCD wants them to be all completely even. Not okay. Well, the short isn't working, guys. So mind your positions if you're short. If you have small size, you could give it a little room on the retest all-time highs, but okay. Now, do we get continuation, or is that just a short flush and lower? CBD is bullish, though, guys, at this point. It reclaimed all of those sellers that stepped in there. Oh, man, I hope it didn't tick 89. I hope it didn't stop all you guys out and then reverse. That would be really frustrating. But it happens. Yeah, 2 micro loss ain't bad. That's not bad at all. All right, I'm gonna log into my funded next account now. Just rotating account to account. Yeah, nice longs so far.
Senior White House official on the China TikTok deal says we expect to see a closing document at the end of the 120-day process.
Gold is having the return to value so far. If you're short an upper band, you're in good shape. And it's the opposite story on NQ. Now it's been all about buying.
Indication on the intent of asset purchases. It's important to only use QE to support the dual mandate and not be perceived as helping government debt management.
All right, watching. Yeah, when things slow down, Sogs, you're welcome to ask questions. When like I'm in the heat of battle and actively trading, it's a little tough, but you know, when we're just kind of grinding higher, there's not many setups here, and we're about to have an initial balance, so you're welcome to ask a question. If it's something I can answer now, I'll happily answer it. Jonathan, sorry I missed your question earlier about the composite volume. You don't need to render it. And you change the session account according to how many previous sessions are relevant, right? So at all-time highs, you know, we don't have that many previous sessions. We're just right up here, right? So I'm only using 2 right now. But if we're in a range that goes back 2 weeks, I'll use 10. It's not the same every day. It's not just like I use this all the time. It has to change according to the price action history and the look back period. We did. We got a long signal. This was the better long signal here. But I was looking short for the return to value based on the higher time frame. All-time highs is really tough to trade, guys. This was the best long signal. This is a C at best. All right, this was kind of like a B. This is a C. But this was our best long signal right there.
There's Musalem, there's bankers saying that conditions are good right now.
Yeah, Sonny, I would consider that as an added confluence for a temporary reversal. So a fade trade for sure. Definitely not taking it for a continuation. Yeah, I like round numbers. I think they often play. And if we have a level that's also a round level, especially the 50s as well, like 850, 950, also key. So Sogs, you know, I don't know, are you using the free indicator or using the toolkit? Which is it? New all-time high. You guys might be grateful you stopped out where you did. Yep, you can put the VWAP, but VWAP for volume profile, all of them are on NinjaTrader. Okay. I have a video on all of that you can go through. It'll walk you through how to set up all of them just like me. You could also use this.
There's Musalem says it's important that in the implementation of the Genius Act, the limit on stablecoin paying interest should be respected. Musalem says it's important that stablecoins remain a payment instrument and not a savings instrument.
Grind higher it goes. There's that, and then there's our initial balance. There's a video, Sogs. Watch that too. Man, this is, it's like watching paint dry. One point at a time. Now, I wouldn't say NinjaTrader is as easy to use as TradingView. I wouldn't even say it's close. NinjaTrader is going to be significantly more advanced than TradingView. It's also way more resource intensive. So if you don't have a fast computer, NinjaTrader can easily bog down your system. No, I'm not saying NinjaTrader isn't good. The question was, is it as easy to use as TradingView? And it's definitely not. It's excellent. I mean, I'm a lifetime NinjaTrader member. I paid $1,500 for that membership. I'm a huge fan, but I wouldn't say it's as easy to use as TradingView, and I definitely wouldn't say it's as lightweight. I also would never trade on TradingView ever. I think it's great for charting. I love the app. You know, when I'm checking stuff on my phone, love the app. App's fantastic. But I would never execute or trade on TradingView. I took a little fade there from when we set the IB. Like to see another test of it up here.
Performance of AI, not yet visible in
I use Tradeovate, yes. I use Tradeovate. I have NinjaTrader too. This is all NinjaTrader up here. All NinjaTrader. I love NinjaTrader, but it's been just a lot easier to use Tradeovate when I'm streaming. It's lighter weight. No, that was not a technical Madonna. Correct, Sonny. But sometimes we will get a little bit of a fade as we turn 10:30. Zombie, so there's a couple of reasons. One, it's really clunky. So Zombie's asking why don't we execute on TradingView? One, it's super clunky and slow. It's just not a fast way of executing, which is fine if you're a swing trader or a slower pace trader, long hold times. It doesn't really matter where you get, you know, if you're off by a tick, it's not a big deal. But when you're a scalper, every tick counts. So it's just too slow and clunky. And I think it reroutes orders is something else I've heard. So it's slower to execute as well. Yes, testing highs here, or IB. Yep, I see it. NQ not joining the party yet. Waiting patiently for that IB high test. I don't use VPS now. It would be, you know, that is correct. HLFX. Still a Madonna, though. We're just looking for the scalp. I got some limits in up here. Everything's going up except for the Russell. There we go. I'm in. In with 3. Pushing. Lowered my exposure a little bit there. Off 1. Off 2. Still have 1. See if we get the bigger fade. Come on. Got my stop at break even. Afraid it just jets through this. So up 20 ticks here. Let's go. Let's go, Madonna. See if we could take it back down to 92. At least. 92, 892. Another 8 points from here. Ah. I take my profits because it seems like it wants to break it. Yeah, yes, ripped. Okay, that's our Madonna setup. Gotta learn the setups, AK. We have a very defined setups.
It's very slim, so as many things are driving inflation, and the tariffs are only one of them.
So I think the Madonna's over. You either got your profits or it's done. Dunzo. We got that grindy action.
Expect the impact of tariffs on inflation to fade after 2 or 3 quarters.
Yeah, everything has been by the dip. Absolutely right, Zalos. Do we go to 25,000 today? All right, let's pull up the RTH. Let's see if we get any setups off of that because we're far away from the bands now. Is anybody else's trading view being really slow today, or is it just me? Okay. No real great setups off the RTH so far. I mean, this was almost a RTH New York bounce right there. Almost. Buy the dip.
Muslim says so far retaliation against US tariffs has been almost non-existent compared to what we feared.
Buy the dip. I dip, you dip, we dip.
One Muslim says that growth in
Buying the dip.
looks better than it did a few months ago.
Buying the micro dips. As we hold above IB high. Now I'm convinced. There it is. I'm in long at 13. Took a little bit of convincing. Took some profits here. Just scalping. Already some pretty nice action on this account. Up 600. Be right back.
Ernst Muslim says many indicators suggest that reserves are still abundant.
It's corny. Is that corn dip? So this is the VWAP dashboard. This means we're above the intraday VWAP, we're above the weekly VWAP, and we're above the monthly VWAP. This means we're above the weekly standard deviation VWAP, the upper band, and this means we're above the monthly standard deviation. So full on price discovery. If this says balanced market, that means we're between the standard deviations, and if it says bearish, it means we're below. So if you don't know anything that I just said, that means you need to learn the VWAP wave system, and then it will make more sense. I mean, this is it. Blue sky setting. Ethereum. Crypto is really not joining the party. Interesting. Gold has been chopping around IB mid for the last hour and a half almost. Hey, Garrett, it's not that I wouldn't recommend NinjaTrader. I just want you to have realistic expectations. So, some people are tech savvy and really good at learning new software. Some people are not. If you wouldn't consider yourself, really good with software, you're going to experience a little bit of a learning curve with NinjaTrader. And also, how fast is your computer, right? You're going to want a fast computer for NinjaTrader as it's quite resource intensive. Well, Frank, some of us have to make do with what we have, right? But this is my profession, so I want the best tools available, right? If I was a painter, I'd want the best paintbrushes. I'd want the best paint. If I was a professional painter, if I was a professional musician, I'd want the best piano. I wouldn't want the cheapest piano if my whole job was playing a piano. Okay. Awesome. I said that, David, because I knew you were listening. And if you can't, a true professional can tell the difference, even though maybe, the untrained eye, somebody might not see a difference or even hear a difference. I don't know. But to the professional, everything matters. Up we go. At our gym, I do a lot of Olympic weightlifting. We have $300 barbells and then we have $1,300 barbells. I feel a huge difference with the $1,300 barbell. It's amazing. I love using it. Jeez, 95 grand for a piano. And how about some of these organs you see in these churches, David? Incredible. Nice, Frank. Good work.
It's Muslim says I favor connecting.
That's another thing. Yeah, you can't trade. NinjaTrader is not available on a Mac unless you use what is that called? I forget. Leon, same. Absolutely, Leon. I feel the same way. I think all-time highs is very difficult to change. It could flush at a moment's notice when it grinds like this. Now the probabilities are high that it will keep grinding, right? But eventually, if you keep buying that, it's gonna get you sooner or later. It's not gonna go up straight forever. I can assure you of that. There will be a sell-off sooner or later. It could be in 5 minutes. It could be in 3, 4 hours. It could be tomorrow. It could be tonight. Yeah, I traded well too, Tony, in spite of me not trusting any of this up movement. I wish there were more setups, guys. There's not much to talk through here. Gold's going sideways. Very tight range. No real setups here. NQ also just kind of far away from any setups up here. Now we have a bit of a distribution forming here. Right? Do we break away from it? and form a new one, or do we continue to flesh this one out? Sellers hit that one kind of hard. Man, I top tick that short. I'm short at 30 3/4. Absolute banger. So, you guys are probably saying, what was the setup up there? I mean, no real setup, guys. If we're looking at this distribution, this is the value area high, this is the point of control, this is the value area low, and maybe we are forming a bit of a value area here. Parallels, Coop, that's what it was, parallels. Thank you. Moritz, yes, absolutely. So we'll use the higher time frame VWAPs, like the weekly and the monthly Moritz, for swing trades or higher or longer term trades. Oh, it's not called parallels anymore? Did Windows buy it? I'd be amazed that, Windows is a brand name. They could just call it Windows app without being related to Windows. I mean, Windows is a trademark. I can't just call myself MacBook app and, it's their trademark. Crazy. Yeah. So what I'm watching here now is what I expect, until it changes context. Here's our distribution. Here's our point of control, right where we're at now. We have a value area high.
This data being presented to the Bank of England.
We have a value area low. And we can trade in here sideways until we break it. Microsoft. That's awesome. Delta's going sideways so far. Volume is definitely, but you know, you really can't trust it here, guys, because a huge buyer or short can cover here or get liquidated, and it could send this thing up real fast. So real tough place to trade, really. Unless you're buying these micro dips, I would say is the only trade right now. Micro dips long. Or new highs, short for a scalp down. I just want to say, I think it's really funny that everybody was, this could be a good short location. I don't know. Let's see. We're back at the top of the distribution. See if we get another wick. Well, the shorts get squeezed out and liquidated. Now, everybody was calling for a big sell-off yesterday. I think that's quite funny. As we rip into all-time highs territory. $11 all is well. Chuck. Listen, I wasn't calling you out, but if the shoe fits. Woof. Grind continues. A little bit of profits to play with up here, so I'm going to take a little bet on the eventual. See if we can get a little bit of a capitulation here sooner or later. Now this price action kind of sucks. But, you know, buy the micro dips.
His remarks.
Jonathan, yes, I have the low volume nodes real time up on my screen now. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Real time, the look back is today, so there is no look back. Now, last session, you know, I'll usually only use the last 2 or 3 on the low volume nodes. The composite's different. So I'm using my profits to take some riskier shorts up here, and it's paying off. It's paying off nicely. All right, that'll probably be my last trade for today. I traded really well today. Really happy with it. Never really stressed. Never really got into a big red position or nothing really ran against me. Was patient, took good setups. I'm going to stick around for the next half hour, guys, as we watch the market, see if we do get a bigger flush or pull back to upper band here. All right, Sebastian, enjoy your tennis. Good job. Good trading. I already have some onboarding calls this evening and afternoon with new Inner Circle members. Very exciting. Oh, I want to do a giveaway. You know, you guys feel like every time you ask for a giveaway, I do one. I've conditioned you. No, all members were not selected. But we did, a couple people snatched up the first few spots, more than few, several spots. Avalonian conditioning for giveaways. Right, here's a little bit of the sellers stepping in here. There's really been no change of character yet, so this could be it. We'll see. Oh, he is awake. All right, in celebration of Aki making it to the stream, we will do a giveaway. So Gareth, we did have some early access for some of the most highly qualified candidates. And that started yesterday. So I have no doubt in my mind that this that we're gonna fill up, guys. No doubt. So it's exciting. Now, if you don't make it in this time, we will do it again. I promise. But I have to keep it small, otherwise it loses the whole. You know, I can only give so much time and attention at that level to so many people. It is paid. Yes, it's absolutely paid. And it's not cheap either. I'm not going to say it's cheap. It's a hell of a lot of work. It's not as crazy as some of the other things out there, but it's not cheap either. Shelly, the application is a good sign. That's for sure. So the way it's been working is the most highly qualified are getting opportunity at the first spots. And if they pass, it goes to the next person. And we'll keep going down that way until all the spots are full. So, Corey, it's got to be, we're looking for a combination of mindset, the time, and the resources to be able to dedicate to the intensive 3-month program are essentially it. So think of it as, the actual physical time, resources in terms of financial standing to be able to do it. And then the mindset and also experience as well. We're looking for almost phase traders, right? So if you're like brand new, you don't really have the system down yet, that's not highly qualified. All right, we'll do a giveaway. AK, so, sometimes I'll announce my trades as I take them because they're good trades. Some I'm just scalping and you're not gonna be able to copy those trades anyway. So I don't really, I'm not like, I'm taking a quick 5-point scalp here. If I did that every time I did that, I think it would be convoluted. So I really don't talk about my own trades unless it's a higher conviction level. And then I'm calling out the prices, the levels I'm watching at. I do scalp in between, but I'm not always like, I'm scalping here, I'm scalping here. Just to make it clear. Yeah, exactly, Sonny. All right, I think I have another top one to give away. Let me double check. I gave one on the 18th. Gave one on the 14th. Might have given all those away for this month.
Chris, ambassador to the UN, says the United States and allies will defend every inch of NATO territory.
I did give all those away for this month. All right, I have another Apex account I can give away. That's my last one too for this month. We gave away a lot of accounts, guys. Gave away a lot of accounts. All right, I have one more account on Apex to give away, and then that's it. No thanks. I'm still trying to get my payout. I'll get that damn payout. Hear what they say. All right, if you do want an Apex account. All right, so this is a key low volume node right here, right, guys? So we got RTH upper band, we got a low volume node and IB high, all at the same spot. right? But this is very early in a rotation. I'll try it. What the hell? Seems to be a good spot. So that's RTH, low volume node, IB high. All in the same spot. Very small bounces, a couple points. So this is the trade. RTH upper band, low volume node. All right, covered one. Still got one.
Connection lost.
Yeah, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't need to be here. I don't need to be here to begin with. I really like being here. Okay, we're gonna do an Apex giveaway. It's the best thing I got, guys. So here we go. I'm in a trade though, so let's see how this goes. Would like to get a little more of a vibrant bounce here. Would be nice. Maybe back up to point of control. Would be the profit area right up here.
The first bids for 3-month notes total $3.4 billion. Bids for 6-month notes totaling $3 billion.
Come on. Let's go, buyers. Take this thing up. You've been buying shit all morning. Let's keep going. I'm going to put my stop at break even. I don't want to lose now. There is no low volume node at the other side. The other side is all-time highs. That's not a low volume node. That's the edge of value. You're welcome to, you don't have to take my profit target, you know. You can go for all-time highs. I think that's way less probable. I go for the more probable trades. I'm more of a scalper. I trade level to level. That's just me. But I'm also profitable. So take what I say with a grain of salt. If you're also very profitable, then you keep doing what you're doing. Right? It's that simple. Corey, that's what they call a humble brag. All right, so that's why I stopped out there, break even. I think we might go lower. I did catch a little bit of profits there. I'm up about 980 in this account. I thought I was done, but that was a good try. I think I would take that trade again any day. Still interesting. Still like it. I might add more down here at 98. 80, yeah, 98. I got back in long at 8.25. Room to add.
Treasury Secretary President says the 10 Fed chair candidates interviewed by next week on CNBC. CNBC citing a briefing with Treasury Secretary President, where he said that the 10 Fed chair candidates will be interviewed by next week.
I think some of this selling is being absorbed. That's what it feels like. Could be another leg up coming still.
At 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the US sells $82 billion in 3-month bills. Prior high yield, 3 spot 905%. Prior bit ever, 3 spot 11. US sells $73 billion in 6
Trying to be
month
patient
bills.
here.
Prior high yield, 3 spot 715%. Prior bit ever, 3 spot 09.
Here we go. Let's go. What we don't want to see is a lower high put in on the cumulative delta. So that's what I'm watching. Better price than I got. I'm at 8.25. Yeah, this is really slow, grindy action for sure.
Says it is no accident that Russia violated European airspace 3 times in 2 weeks. Russia is testing European borders and undermining its security. Russia will continue to provoke as long as it's allowed to do so.
Here we go. Come on. Keep the party going. Up 5 points here. At least I'd like to get at least 10. Here we go. Come on. Putting a stop in again at break even. Can't lose on this trade. Up about 50, what? You know what? I think I'm going to take my profits here and call it because we're coming up on 11:30. It went right to my order to the tick. Still pretty darn close to it. All right, it's almost there. Come on. All right, closed it out. Ending there. Well, I kind of killed it today. Kind of killed it. Thanks, Bryce. Right back to point of control. There it is. Now, do we go to the other side of value? I don't know. Don't really care, actually. I got my piece. All right, so things that are happening this week. We got crypto streaming tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you that care to join, we have group coaching on Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today, the first day of the Inner Circle official opening. Lots of interviews taking place and calls, so congratulations to those that have grabbed the first seats. It's going to be an intensive 3 months. I've written an entire course dedicated to the Inner Circle. There's going to be a lot of practice, homework, journaling. The idea of the Inner Circle is to take these skills that you've learned and turn them into professional level skills. Yeah, it was slow, that's for sure. Nice. Yeah, taking you home. That sounds bad. If God's taking you home, doesn't that mean like, you know, like home? Like the big home? Like the final home? West Virginia. The big crib. Beyond the pearly gates. Oh, gold, not God. Same thing. Okay, let's do the giveaway, guys, and then I'm going to call it a day. All right, so everybody's going to put a word in the chat, and that's going to enter you into the contest. All right, the word for today is going to be grind. Put the word grind in the chat. Make sure you like the YouTube stream, guys. That's how I'm able to give these things away. All right, so make sure you head on over to the YouTube, give it a like, put the words grind into the chat. All right, guys. Put the word grind in the chat below. We'll give away any size evaluation you want. You want a 300K evaluation? You got it. You want a 50K? You got it. Put the word grind in the chat. Give you guys a couple minutes. This trade worked nice off IB high. It was a little sloppy. You had to be patient with it, but it worked. Up 10 point, a whole 10 points now. Whew. 15 minutes to go, 10 points. That is slow. That is super slow. Put the word grind in the chat. VIX is at 15. It's almost 16. All right, let's pull out my friend ChatGPT. All right, we are doing a stream giveaway for an Apex evaluation. Any size. Please take this transcript and create and compile. Compile a list of all the users and then pick one at random. Every username has equal chance of winning. So you don't have to spam the chat, guys. One will do. All right, we're closing the doors in 5, 4, 3. Yeah. I don't want Apex, but if I win, I'll take it, right? Good luck, y'all. I mean, I'm not going to turn away a free evaluation. I don't care who it's from. All right, get your last ones in. Grind on anything. I thought you Brits were supposed to be the conservative, proper types. All right, I'm going to pull in YouTube. Everybody is going to be in this one. Everybody gets a shot. All right, the doors are closed, guys. The doors are closed. If you're not in, it's too late. On YouTube, everybody is going to be in this one. All right, here we go. Drum roll, please. The winner of a new any size Apex evaluation account is man, ChatGPT is really slow with this. Okay, here we go. And the winner is Dr. Bubbles, 42. Dr. Bubbles, 42. You are the winner of an Apex trading account of any size. I'm assuming Dr. Bubbles is off of YouTube. Oh, no. Dr. Bubbles, you're in the Discord.
86%.
Congratulations, Dr. Bubbles.
US 300 bill get to cover ratio, 3 spot.
Oh, I just like saying Dr. Bubbles, actually. So I'm glad you won because that's fun. All right, Dr. Bubbles. All you have to do is shoot me well, you know, Corey, they can't get in here unless they sign up for the premium. So there's a lot of observers
6-month bills at higher
in the
rate,
Discord. We had 100, almost 130 people in the stream today in the
US
Discord.
6-month bill bid to cover ratio 3.01, 3.01.
Lurkers, that's right.
US
All right, guys. Dr. Bubbles, send me a DM on Discord, and I'll get you your Apex code so you can get all set up. I know. I feel like some of you guys deserve it for being steadfast members. I'll see what I can do about like a steadfast member giveaway for those of you guys who have been here for some time. So I'll see about doing something like that. Kind of like a thank you for your commitment to the group type thing. You're welcome, Dr. Bubbles. Just be sure to send me that DM and I'll get you your account. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. It's been an excellent day for me. Hit my profit target in all of my top 1 accounts. That's over $900 per account, over $3,000 between the 3 instant funded accounts. I'll be trading those every day this week and hopefully wrapping it up next for a big 5-digit payout. Still trying to get my payout on Apex. I'm well into the threshold, over almost 5K in profits on that one. I still have to trade another 6 days to reattempt the payout. And then I got my funded next account here with $1,100 in profits. So wonderful, guys. Have a nice day. If you're going to keep trading, manage your risk. See, we didn't make it past point of control, by the way. All right, so that was my profit target. I took it a little before it. Right? My concern is that we weren't going to get past point of control to the other side of value. Right, so that usually, if I'm trading level to level, the most obvious profit taking point was the point of control. Right, now we're going lower. Right, would have turned that nice winning trade into a loser. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. If you want to keep trading in the private Discord, guys, we have the trading floor and the trading lounge. We have a lot of great traders in there. I know Chuck and Mustafa are usually in there. We got Dale, we got JP, we got a bunch of great guys that know the system that are in there. If you have any questions or need help, everybody's always willing to help a hand. So head on over to there. The trading floor, try and stay on topic on the mic. Try and focus on the charts and trading. The lounge is more casual conversation. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. For the Discord, 10 a.m. for YouTube on the delayed feed. Good luck if you're going to keep on trading. Hope you had a great day, and manage your risk and stay sharp, traders.